Welcome to Rhinos and Aliens. There's people who will put you in a difficult time, leave you in difficult times, and help you in difficult times. If we can be honest with ourselves, which one are we now? Which one do we want to be? So to re-answer or to re-say the three types, there are people who will put you into a difficult time, leave you in a difficult time, and aid you in a difficult time. If we could be honest with ourselves, which ones would we go with? And by the way, shout out James Armstrong Grice, because that's where I got that quote from. He took a photo in Japan, and I've been wanting to discuss this for over a year now, and we're just now coming along to it. But I love you, bro. Thank you for serving us.
LPH.
And he knows what that means.
That's great. That's cute. I love it. Well, for me, I'm probably going to say the person that aids. But that's just because of who I am naturally. I have a nurturing.
Well, anybody who spent just an hour with you, I feel they would be able to see that. And then if they spent a day, a week, a month, it becomes very obvious.
Yeah. So I guess it's just automatic. It's natural. Something. I don't know. I don't think about it.
Now, are you proud that you're that type of person?
I don't feel like it's something to be proud of because I just feel like it's just who I am. I feel like if you're going to do something, then do it because you want to. And, I mean, there's nothing wrong with being proud of doing right by somebody. But why do you want to do right by them is the point. And if the answer is because it makes you feel good, then all power to you. But honestly, that kind of defeats the purpose.
Because you feel that's a selfish motive?
Yeah, and aiding. Yeah. I feel like aiding someone should be selfless. I don't know. I could.
So you're basically saying, let's say a police officer, right? You're saying there is a difference between a police officer trying to save his people because it is the just thing to do rather than doing it because it gives him an ego boost or whatever
Exactly.
you may call it.
Now, say that aiding someone is what pays your bills. That's your occupation. Then that's amazing because you took that skill or the mindset. Even still, you have to come out of I don't know. You have to come out of who you are to be there for someone else or aid them. So to do it and get paid for it, all power to you. But don't use that as a clutch or to make it, I don't know, as an ego booster.
And then obviously if they're doing it just for the pay, that's also different.
What's the point?
Got you.
But then again, no one's just going to do it for the pay. You're knowingly, whether, like, say you're a cop, you're knowingly risking your life because you get paid good. You have to have some type of, I don't know. Then again, because these cops, never mind. That was a bad example.
No, but I would also make the case what these people are doing, if anything, they're getting underpaid.
I agree.
That's who you are naturally. Are you glad that's who you are naturally? And if you could look at yourself from another realm, would you want to stay that type of person?
What were the three?
There was people who hurt you in difficult times, leave you, and help you.
I mean, of course, no one wants to be the person to leave you or to hurt you. But
I would disagree with that. Some people are sick.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to, at least. But even if I was just a person who wasn't aiding, if I could choose to be something different, I would be somewhat more selfish. I would. Just a little bit, but that wouldn't stop my selflessness. It just would be certain things that I would prioritize for myself. Putting me first is what I have to do to keep shit going. If I stop, whatever I'm doing stops. And then I'm letting people down. So, yeah.
Monty, be honest.
I'm trying to. I think I did all of those at Probably not at once, but like once upon a time, I've did all of those. Sure.
So where do you think? Let's say right now, if you were thrown into those situations, which one would you most likely do 9 out of 10 times? Would you hurt, leave, or aid in a difficult time? Right now.
Right now?
Yeah. So let's say you walk outside this door and 10 times in terms of a replay value, you find somebody in a difficult time. What are you most likely to do 90% of the time? Hurt that person, leave them, or aid them?
Leave.
I respect the honesty.
I mean, it depends on the situation, if anything. If I could help, I would help. But like, if it's something that stretches too much, like, you know, you have to do a lot for this person and you don't even know them.
What do you feel like you've done the most? Hurt, leave, or aid?
Aid. Definitely aid. Recently.
No, but throughout your life that you can remember.
Yeah, I don't know. But I know hurting somebody is not, I don't do that all the time.
When we're saying hurt, do we want to say it's intentional or any type of hurt is still hurt?
Any hurt
Good
is
question.
hurt. Because just because you and I'm dealing with this right now, like with work, kind of. Just because you unintentionally do something and it hurts someone else, if when you made that decision, you weren't considering them and their feelings, and you were being selfish at a time where you should have been selfless, or at least more. I apologize. I did just say so yeah. Don't use filler words, guys. It makes you sound crazy. Anyways,
I would say more so it makes you sound
I said what I said. What does it make you sound like?
imprecise.
And what he said. Anyways. I just feel like even if it was unintentional, you still should have thought about that. Like, take a second to think about someone other than yourself and how they're going to be affected. And that's just something my mom taught me. Because as a kid, maybe with little shit, I would react to a certain thing or do certain shit. And then I wouldn't realize it would affect her, or you know how she felt, or maybe other people's feelings, because I did it just to do it and I thought it might have been the right thing. But you have to understand that how that person feels is not up to you. You don't get to decide how they feel based on your action. So whether you thought you were doing the right thing and it was unintentional, you still did it. It still hurt them. So you're accountable for that action, I feel like.
Okay, so I have two questions. First and foremost, are we looking at these three? Hurting somebody in a tough time makes their situation worse, right?
Hurting could be leaving.
Yes.
Aiding could be leaving.
I was about to say leaving, definitely.
This all could be the same thing.
No, but I'm saying when we're viewing it unbiasedly, when you're hurting somebody in a tough time, that's going to make their situation worse, correct?
Correct.
No. Unbiasedly speaking, all of these answers are the same. Well, they're not the same, but
How?
because you can aid someone by leaving them if you're a toxic person.
No,
but that's what I'm saying. That's how I see them. I'm not saying.
But let's take away the words being used, right? I'm saying when we're talking about hurting, when you're the type of person who hurts somebody in tough times, that's making their situation worse. Yes or no? Because I'm trying to think about my past life, my life.
Yes.
So leaving is a neutral state because you're not hurting or aiding, correct? Take away the leaving part.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then aiding is, even if it's the most minor thing, you're making that situation better.
Okay.
Right? Okay, and then the second question, does this count to all individuals or just non-bad individuals? Like, for example, if I see a rapist, he just got fucked up.
It is funny that you said that, dude. On my way
I'm not
here,
going to aid him. And I'm asking so I can know how to answer this question honestly.
I feel like this is a to each his own. That part is not something you can decide. How you feel about a person, that's your business.
But I want to make this clear. I'm not saying, oh, I like this person and I hate this person, so because that's bias. But no matter which way you look at it, my opinion, there are just certain classes of people that, when it's 100% known that, like, a man was babysitting your child, and it turns out the reason why he was doing it so he could molest them, I would make the situation worse for them. But is that a negative thing? Or does that situation not even count into our thought process?
Yeah, I'm not. That's too deep for me. I'm not counting that in the thought process.
Okay, all right,
because
cool.
I feel like you're a villain. Shut up. You don't belong in society. But then again, is that biased to feel like a rapist is a rapist?
No, I'm only asking because I started thinking about Batman. No matter how bad the villain is, he never took matters into his own hand. He let the public decide, and the public kept letting Joker live. And as much as that might have pissed him off biasly, hey, the majority spoke.
The majority spoke, and he's saving their asses. But all right.
I know. I just want.
So yeah, on my way here, me and one of my friends was just having a weird ass conversation. You were inside of a jail cell with two other guys, and one of the guys tried to rape the other guy. Would you help the other guy? Would you help the guy, or would you just mind your business? But like, how the fuck do you mind your business while somebody is getting raped in front of you?
But this is the thing, though. What if the man who's doing the raping is raping a man who is known
For raping, yeah. And he was saying that exact same thing. And I was like, yo, I don't fucking know what the fuck I would do.
And what if the man who's raping rapes you for trying to stop it?
And he said that as well. Now, what if he stops and was like, all right, you next? Now, would you have helped him? You know, helped kill that one guy and then help them out and shit?
Kill both of them niggas.
But do you know if the rapist...
Nobody is your friend. You don't know them. You're just in the cell with them.
See, that's a perfect example of why sometimes you butting into a situation you don't know can turn into a negative. As another example, what if you see one man beating up another man, and it looks like if you don't intervene, the one man getting his ass whipped is going to die. So you intervene, whatever, stop it. The man who tried to kill the other man goes to jail now, but it turns out the man who got his ass whooped raped his child and has been doing it for 6 months. Now the rapist gets off.
You have to pick a time frame and everything. You make the story so real, and I hate this. Okay, keep going.
No, but this is... I don't know if you guys remember at one point in time, I said, this is why I don't judge anything in the news.
Yeah.
Because you don't know the complete story.
Even as bad as it might sound, like that one dude who committed suicide, but it turns out he didn't, somebody killed him for smuggling kids, right? 99% most likely he did that. But everything they're saying, how do we know? Because now they have a doc about Hernandez, and they're trying to make it sound like he was a homosexual.
Yeah,
The whole thing was about him supposedly being a homosexual.
Which is bullshit because the trailer made nothing. It never brought that up. It made it seem like we're going to dive into his life and why he was mentally fucked up. And you talk about that.
Yeah, weird as fuck.
But to answer Monty's question, that is so...
Yeah. I couldn't decide.
But once again, that's a situation: hurt, leave, or aid. In that situation, depending on the circumstances, if you leave, you're actually aiding the situation. Or if you aid, you're hurting the situation. Going back to what you were saying about they're all one in the same depending on...
That's why I said I feel like I did all of those. They all kind of...
I mean, I've done them all. I've definitely...
I feel every human being has done them. Because if you haven't, you can't grow.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of what you do more, and not just what you do, but why you do it.
And how you learn from it.
Yeah. And how you do it, too.
To the degrees.
Okay. Thank you. It's fine. It's okay.
If we're putting my life into a sum,
If I don't like it,
You're going to hate the answer.
then is this a conversation that maybe we should have off camera first?
No.
Oh, okay. 'Cause
I'm the person who hurts people in difficult times.
do you
Is it
do
because
it
you're speaking honestly, or
Yeah, I'm speaking honestly.
Is that literally it? Because you're speaking honestly, or is it more than that?
because I can see that?
No,
you're
like
an
I'm saying,
honest
like, do
person.
you do it because I
They
don't
need to
know?
hear it, or they?
Like, is that the only way you hurt them is by telling them stuff that they don't want to hear? What makes you the person who hurts them? How are you hurting them?
Well, first off, I've never been the person to leave. Make a situation neutral. That's what I'm trying to say. Whenever I'm in a situation, it's either, as I like to say, you either love me or you hate me.
Wow, this is crazy.
So I've never been the leave type of person. And I feel if we had to put the majority of people in boxes, I actually think the leaving is the most common in terms of they just make it neutral. They don't really make it that much better, that much worse. My opinion from what I've observed. Mm-hmm. And as much as I'm proud about who I've become in terms of making situations better over the past couple of years, my life is definitely, I've made situations worse. And that is a combination of my honesty, but it's also a selfishness.
It's strange. Watching you and being your friend is one of the best things ever because I don't know you, but I know you so well. And at the same time, you're very private, but you're very open. You can...
I know what you mean.
Yeah. And...
I feel like any person, they could know who I am within the first 5 minutes,
Right.
but they will never know who I am.
Yeah. That makes me emotional.
I can see it. You about
I
to
know.
cry.
Yeah. I really love you, Francis. I swear. Every day I see you change and grow, and I feel like since the summertime, when I first met you, you rationalized so much. You calmed down. You process things more and at a rapid pace. I think you highly consider people's feelings, including the viewers. I think you're more conscious of even some things that you say sometimes because of how you feel it might affect someone, which is something you were so against initially when I met you. But it's not like you did it just to change. I don't know. It's just I feel like you do it subconsciously, and I think you do it because you care. So I don't know. You seem like an asshole before, but you're not.
This is why. This is why I say, if you... Okay, so let's say all of us in a room, we meet the love of our lives. Whoever that is, whenever that is, right? And let's say we love what we see. And we love what they're trying to be. But would you still love them? And would you still stay with them if you know who they really are?
He's gonna make me cry. He's gonna make me cry.
And going back to the Facebook post, that's... In the moment, I was talking about something else, but that lies in the whole God and devil, the angel and the minion. When you are somebody naturally, that's your subconscious. That's how you're rooted. That's how you built. Your conscious is all your life experiences. And you have two decisions. You could go down the path of who you naturally are, or you can try to thrive and try to become what you want to be. Most of the time, your subconscious and your conscience, they go down the same path. That's why most people who are selfish, they're naturally selfish. Most people who are caring, they are naturally caring. That's just how it is, because it's easier. It burns less energy. It allows you to go through
Definitely
time and space easier and smoother.
Yeah, with more assurance.
Yeah. But what happens when you are naturally a sinner? When you are naturally the devil? And you realize that in most circumstances, that's not the right thing to do. and you want to be better. What I'm trying to say with how this started,
I just want to know, who do you think you are? Who do you feel like you are?
I already told you I'm the person who
Where?
hurts.
Okay, and we're gonna end this episode right here.
No, I want to say one more thing.
Oh, well, you go ahead and say it, because that's too much. This too much for me. It was cool. I was gonna keep going on with time, but bitches over here crying and shit. I gotta blow my nose. Monty gave me 2 squares of tissue.
If you want to subscribe, just hit this bad boy up here, that big fat rhino. If you want the newest video, to the right. If you want the recommended, to the left. And then, of course, our personal dick pic. Yep, right below. So thank you for joining us once again, and we hope to see you next week. So peace out.
Peace.